있었습니다. 무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다.
The reporting begins in 3, 2, 1.
After watching this presentation, to be able to distinguish globalization of media, culture, and religion, explain how media globalization affects the religious practice and culture, understand the dynamic of local and global culture.
Media and culture. Media which delivers ideas, informations, and values, and etc. across borders affect one's culture. Mass globalized media contents comes from the West, particularly from the United States. Some believe that this will contribute to a one-way transmission of idea and values that result in the displacement of indigenous cultures.
What is media? Media comes from the word medium, which is defined as a channel, means, or method. Media is a generic term of all human-invented technology that extended the range, speed, or channels of communication. It means that global media refers to form of mass communication, allowing people across the world to share and access same information. We can access information by the help of technologies like internet, television, radio, magazines, newspapers, and many more. Media industry is in many ways perfect for globalization or the spread of global trade without regard for traditional political borders. As discussed earlier, the low marginal cost of media mean that reaching a wider market creates much larger profit margins for media companies.
Globalization of media. Media is considered as a cultural product because it helps convey products that contribute to influence the culture of recipient. Examples include museum services, libraries, books, architectural services, advertising, and television programs, theatrical productions, online games, and photography. Relationship of media and technology. Technology allows quick communication, fast coordinated transport, and efficient mass marketing. Technology and media are intertwined and neither can be separated from contemporary world. Technological advances have allowed people to interact with social media on smartphones and computers. People are connected via social media wherever they go because everyone has a smartphone. It's easy to access in terms of sharing of ideas and information. Goods and services through globalization is also possible because of the advancement in communication technology and media. Media globalization. The worldwide integration of media, cross-cultural exchanges of ideas. The mass media are today seen as playing a key role in enhancing globalization and facilitating cultural exchange and multiple flows of information and images between countries through international news broadcasts and television program, new technologies, film, and music. Media economy. Just as media influences culture, media also influences economy.
Generally, culture is a characteristic knowledge of particular group people encompassing language, religion, customs, social habit, music, and arts. Thus, it can be seen as a growth of group identity fostered by the social pattern that is unique in a group. But now, those global media influence culture. The mass media is today seen as a playing key role enhancing globalization and facilitating cultural exchange and multiple flows and information and image between two countries through international news broadcast, television programming, news technologies, film, and music. Moreover, social media improve creativity and social awareness for our society by interacting with other people by sharing more ideas and opinions. On the other hand, Social media influence our culture because people can share whatever they want to. But sometimes people tend to post appropriate information and pictures which is not accurate of moral of the society.
Dynamic of local and global culture. Global flows of culture tend to move more easily around the globe than ever before, especially through non-material digital form. So when we talk about local, globalization tends to emphasize similarities, whereas local emphasizes difference. The relationship between the individual and the group is dynamic in that both depend upon and interact with each other. When we talk about globalization is the process whereby individual lives and local communities are affected by the economic and cultural forces that operate worldwide. There are three perspectives of global cultural flows. First is cultural differentialism. Cultural differentialism emphasizes that cultures are essentially different and are only superficially affected by global flows. Catastrophic collision may potentially occur when different cultures interact. So it involves barriers that prevent flows, causing similar cultures to remain stubbornly different from one another. Second is cultural hybridization. Cultural hybridization emphasizes the integration of local and global cultures. Globalization is considered to be a creative process which creates hybrid entities that are not either global or local. It is the mixing culture and integration of the global and local leading to the unique combinations. And lastly, cultural convergence. Cultural convergence emphasizes homogeneity. Cultures are deemed to be greatly altered by strong flows. It is when cultures are subject to many of the same global flows and tend to grow more alike.
The organization of religions. Today, most religions are not related to the countries they began. Religions have in fact spread and started on the global scale. Globalization provides religions a fertile milieu to spread and thrive. Accelerated globalization of recent times has enabled co-religionists across the planet to have greater direct contact with one another. Global communications, global finance, and the like have allowed idea of the Muslim and the Universal Christian Church to be a given concrete shape and never before.
Globalization of religion. Information technologies, transportation means, and the media are the main important means on which religionists rely on the dissemination of their religion ideas. First is a countless website that provide information about religions have been created. This make a piece of information and explanation about the different religions, ready at the disposal of any person regardless of his or her geographical location. So the countless websites are used to easily access a specific religion, full information and knowledge online. It can help us gain insight about the specific religion. Next is the internet. Allow people to contact each other worldwide and therefore hold the forums and debates that allow religion ideas to spread. Internet is very important to access people worldwide and to spread an information about a specific religion, not just giving information locally but also globally. Media is also play an important role in the dissemination of religious ideas. A lot of TV channels, radio stations, and print media are founded solely for advocating religion. Media can help the religion to spread their beliefs and to give awareness to the public about the spiritual concept and the truth behind it. Media play a vital role for the people to get informed by the information and advocating religion so that a lot of people will see and understand. Next, sa modern transportation. contributing considerably to the emerged revivalism and fortification of religion. Example, improvement in transportation has allowed many Muslims to travel to Mecca and return with reformist ideas. Therefore, modern technology has helped in religion of different forms to cross geographical boundaries and to be present everywhere. Improvement of transportation nowadays help its religion to reach out for far place to the teach and inform them out the spiritual information for widening and the realization about the spiritual word, and by modern transportation a lot of help may be delivered in some far place for people who can easily access.
Globalization has allowed religion or faith to gain considerable significance and importance as a non-territorial touchstone of identity. Being a source of identity and pride, religion has always been promoted by its practitioners so that it could reach the level of globality and be embraced by as many people as possible. By paving the way of religions to come in contact with each other, globalization has brought such religions to a circle of competition and conflicts. Globalization transforms the generic religion into a world system of competing and conflicting religions. Globalization has paradoxical effect of making religions more self-conscious of themselves as being world religions. Such conflicts among world religions exhibit a proof confirming the erosion and failure of hybridization. Since religions have distinct internal structures, their connections to different cultures and their rituals and beliefs contradict. For instance, Islam and Christianity are mostly incompatible with each other. These religions cannot be hybridized or homogenized even they come in contact. Through religion is strengthened by globalization. It represents a challenge to globalization hybridizing effects. Religion seeks to assert its identity in the light of globalization. As a result, different religious identities come to the fore and assert themselves. Such assertions of religious identities constitute a defensive reaction to globalization. It has been difficult for religion to come with values that accompany globalization like liberalism, consumerism, and rationalism because such phenomena advocate scientism and secularism. Globalization is also associated with westernization and Americanization. The dominance exerted by these two processes, particularly on the less developed countries, makes religion-related culture and identities take defensive measures to protect themselves. So, while religion takes caution against the norms and the value related to globalization, it challenges the latter since religion does not approve its hybridizing effects.
It's the end of the month and the weekend. I'ma spend this track, everything on me, yeah. I'ma tip myself, I'ma spend it on myself. I'ma drop it like it's pouring, I'ma pour it on myself. Check the money making bank account number. That's that shit that's never getting bounced on your bitch. I do